This is Gardens by the Bay, one of Singapore's best builds that eloquently blends nature into the cityscape of the little red dot.
While this is a HDB block along Selagi Road, at first glance there's a distinct difference. Two spaces in the same central area, but they look very different. But it doesn't have to be this way. Why should one place get all the looks while the other void of it? Singapore aims to be a city in a garden, but the gardens are so far separated from one another. Before we do anything, we need to know why green spaces and plants are important to people. Thus, we approached a plant enthusiast to know more.
My name is Muhammad Shahid bin Shamsuri. I'm a Year 3 Project and Facilities Management from NUS. For me, I actually studied about plants. So I was from a polytechnic. I studied landscape design and horticulture. So we learned about the different types of landscaping plants and how we care about them. So from there, I continued on with this knowledge to keeping house plants at home. We would think that it's an environmental impact, but personally, the bigger impact that we would see in people, especially me, it would be the mental health aspect. Because when you think about it, if you look after something, your well-being is actually better. They say, I think if you search a lot of studies, they say that if plants actually have a effect on people, especially if you do experiments, they have actually an impact or emotional well-being of people. So when you actually look after plants, you are boosting your morale.
Shahid's views do hold up to the situation in this HDB estate, where the majority of residents of Block 9 Selagi Road have plants outside their doors. We conducted door-to-door interviews and found that the estate comprises mostly of elderly people with mobility issues. They feel lonely as they rarely go out of their estate and have nothing to do except care for their potted plants and watch television dramas. With that, our vision, connecting nature to people, people to nature, came about. By doing so, we hope to enhance the city nature experience for all residents in and around the central area. A place that encourages Singaporeans to get out into nature, promotes healthy living, and stimulates more social interactions. Our plan will be characterized into two parts: connecting nature to people and people to nature. Connecting nature to people aims to increase the interconnectivity between green spaces, allowing easy access for citizens to get to the abundant green spaces in Singapore, while connecting people to nature, bolstering interaction between man and the surrounding, thus making the central area more than just a working space. The first approach we propose is to implement the open concept gardening in residential areas. People who are unable to visit Singapore's green spaces will be able to participate in the garden experience, which will foster community engagement. In terms of the physical and emotional health of the residents, the open concept gardening supports active aging for our target area. Unlike traditional garden approaches where gardens are frequently gated off and not very accessible to everyone, the open concept gardening allows passers-by to directly interact with the gardens, thus bringing nature closer to people.
Generally, if you give people the type of land that they can actually plant their own things, they will be willing to actually look after the plants. If you ask them to look after someone else's plant, not their plant, they are less willing to look after it.
Right around the corner, our solutions include green sculptures and multi-purpose gardens. This part of the city around LaSalle College of the Arts is the start of an arts corridor that will be pedestrianized for mixed-use purposes. The open area in front of LaSalle is currently empty and will become a venue for activities such as movie screenings, outdoor performances, and art exhibitions for the public. This space will be an avenue for youths to express their talents and passions for the public to behold. The area can also be a host to exercise classes for the elderly, and these corridors can act as a rest and recharge point for the nature goers from planned park connectors that will eventually connect to the central area, hence connecting people to nature. Feeding into these multi-purpose gardens will be the newly pedestrianized Prinsep Street, where the oddly positioned car parks and quiet roads will be transformed into parklets that will have food vendors and places for people to sit and enjoy the connected green corridor. Buskers can perform along the street to create a welcoming atmosphere for the passers-by. People can have fun throughout the day and also after work hours to enjoy the good vibes and food sold along the street. Lining the sidewalks will be the citizens pledged plant your name flowers and trees with quotes of encouragement that people can read and take pictures with. Allowing people to plant their names enables the citizens of Singapore to take part in shaping the image of Singapore. Planting indigenous flora brings a personal touch of expression of our regional culture and beliefs that strengthens the sense of identity of the multiracial state of Singapore. This community engagement adds that extra bit of spice in shaping Singapore's urban landscape, thus connecting nature to people. Our solutions, when implemented together, create this environment where people and nature harmoniously engage with one another. If expanded throughout the city, our plan will help build on the already established green landscape and make it work homogeneously with the central area's urban functions, as we bring nature to people and people to nature.